Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop by. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up, tell me about your empathic gift. And I forgot to say, namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. Please drop a channel. I said drop a channel. Drop a line, because where you're getting to know me, I would love to get to know you. Even if you found this video uplifting, gave good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family or friend, or even a fellow empath that been going through trying times and just needing confirmation or validation, or even spiritual guidance towards the power of purpose, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share them with social media favorites wherever you see fit. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Y'all, I apologize. It's like a hair. I'm trying to get it because it's like a hair that keeps on itching my face. The video is called The Overlooked Soul. The overlooked soul is the overlooked mind. The overlooked soul. There are a lot of times that we can move through life to feel like, we're not being heard, we're not being understood, or even being seen. And, a lot of times it takes you to go through those certain distance for you to be able to see you were being seen. But a lot of times it took us to be able to see ourselves. And boy, I gotta chill. Like, it's like a chill. Sometimes like Roslynn, when you be saying something in your videos, I be getting chills. And that aligns with your truth. A lot of times your light is tested, your power is tested, your strength is tested. And a lot of times you have to be able to go through these things to be able to see your determination. There's a lot of times I had to remind myself, like I'll be telling y'all, my eyes, I don't probably cried so much my eyes swelled shut. And say, this too shall pass. You're trying to understand why God got you going through troubled waters. A lot of times you have to understand God gonna take you through troubled waters because your enemies can't swim there. You going through different vibes. You wouldn't be tested like that if you didn't have that vibe. It was not mattering. Oh Lord, God's really sent me a gift for that. God, it was like a lot of times we always wonder if people are gonna understand us, how they see us, how do they see me? How do they think of me? There's a lot of times that people going to see the good in you, even when you're doing so much bad. But there's a lot of times people going to see that good in you and still try to sit up and throw shots at you. Like, I don't know what you're doing. When people can't take what's good about you, they're going to throw all this bad on you. I've seen it throughout my life. I've gone through it so many different times. And it got me to that point where I appreciate that. I appreciate that resistance with other people. I appreciate enemies that came in ways that, it was seen at family and friends at times. And I appreciate that. All that overlook guided me towards what I had to see within myself. And you had to be able to do that and recognize so many different things in your life. And I was just like, oh, there'll be sometimes I'll be sitting in here and I'll just move through my emotions. And it's not even being depressed, but move through my emotions about so many different things that came in and wrecked shop in my life, and it'll be like that. Even when I'm not exactly where I want to be, I can still be grateful that I am where I am right now. You don't know what doors have been shut. You be going around like, I'm still in the same situation. You may not be. It just, a lot of times you got to be able to push that door open, because there's sometimes we go from one door is locked. We'll be on knocking. God will send us right there. Be knocking. It's going to be a blessing right there. Or you may see that post. 24 hours, you're going to get that blessing you ain't never heard of. And there'll be that time where you get in that negative vibe. It's like, I'm up here and put my affirmations and stuff down and didn't even, I ain't even get nothing good. A lot of times it's, sometimes we expect it when we see certain things because it's something we desire. God knows that. God put that desire in our heart in the first place. But he wanted to know how much He can put us through all these different changes for us to be able to be so determined to get to it. You know, a lot of times, you know, you're like, I don't understand people, you know, what they, you know, what their opinions of me. Well, this person said that about me. But the point is, what do you feel about yourself? You know, there'll be times where it used to be certain things that will really hurt me to the core when people say, and now it'll be at that time you say it like, oh, that's right where I don't give a, you know, and it would be just like that person allowed me to see within myself. If I'm solid with myself, ain't nobody gonna come back and shake me for what they're saying or what they're doing behind my back. You know, because a lot of times, you know, it's just like when I was talking about that post, that blessing was the fact is you lived to see another day. You don't know what, you know, you constantly going through, where there'll be sometimes we complain about the most pettiest stuff, and there'll be somebody out there that going through a worse situation than me, wish they had that kind of stress that we were sitting up here complaining on, you know. And I get in my gratitude like, oh God, I was so ungrateful, and I appreciate that. And it's just a lot of times, you know, your is being tested, it get overlooked. That's the time for you to find out how much power you got invested in yourself. It's always bringing us back to ourselves. We always go on the external. You know, if I had this, you know, if I had this nice car, or I got this nice house, or this nice bank account, on different things like that, you know, I'd be happy. And it's like, no, you know, you need to be happy even when you have 50 cents in your account. You know, if you got, you know, you got food in your house, you got you some toilet paper, you got you some, you know, stuff to wash your face, wash your body, and all that stuff. Then when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, God, I may not have everything I want, but you made sure I had what I need. When you start showing that gratitude, it brings you right back to yourself. And I mean, when I be looking, you know, I be doing that self-talk, even when I'm here and I say different things I say, and it gives that vibe out to me, and I appreciate it. And I'll be crying. I'll be like, oh, thank you. You know, when you feel it in your spirit, because I know right now my crown chakra is really opening right now to me, probably from the music I got on in the background, or just me speaking with this, you know. And I always tell y'all, you know, speaking on the different things that, you know, I speak in my videos, it's like the windows to my soul, is a positive outlet for me that I can really appreciate. You know, regardless on how many views it get, how many likes, I can say I appreciate this. This is like my video diary. I can project towards other people because they got stuff going on in their life. There's so many of y'all that done hit me up and I'll be crying. It's like, Roslynn, you don't know how much you done helped me realize the confusion against my life. It gave so much clarity. There'll be so many different things. I done seen you in different vibes of yourself, and which I have to congratulate myself on. Because there's a lot of time Universal asked me to be vulnerable with y'all, and I don't like it because it gets uncomfortable. You know, because it'll be me in my mind. I don't want people thinking this is fake. I don't want people thinking I'm trying to get attention. Let me get out my feelings about what other people are thinking. I know what I went through, regardless on what anybody else thinks about that. You know, a lot of times it can trigger, my story can trigger a lot of people. Hell, it triggers me. You know, it really triggers me because I've seen the ugliness and people have done to me because of who I am and what I've gone through and what truth I speak on. How many times I've been trying to be silenced because they knew my truth spoke too much daggone truth. How much weight it carried, because it stood up here and it outweighed the facades and the lies and stuff that people said about me. You know, different things that I hear about different family members to say stuff about different family members. A lot of that get triggered by me, and it brought me to myself. And it told me, Roslynn, you know that truth. Your family know that truth. Regardless, there are other people that know your truth and just choose to be about your truth. It's okay. You moving in that purpose, regardless on what you being overlooked at, what you're not getting recognized, appreciated, or being seen, or anything like that. The people that need to see it. You know, your ancestors, you know, the people that put you on this purpose. God sees it. Universe sees that. The tribe sees it. The higher tribes see it. You know, and there's different things that comes in where it just shows you how much you know you didn't hold compassion to yourself. A lot of times, yes, you get overlooked by a lot of people, but there's a lot of people that seen you, the right people that seen you. Because when you allow yourself to not give up on yourself, you're showing people, regardless on what people see out in the streets or what people place out on here on social media or whatever. I know my vibe. I know the different things that I've had to deal with, different things that was denied of me, blocked from me, stolen from me, you know, and I still had to allow myself to say, God has a reason for me to keep going through this tragedy, because that tragedy is going to be a victim that had ended up having a victor towards a victory, you know, and I can allow myself to be blessed at that. You know, a lot of times it was hard, you know, like I've said before, there've been times that God had guided me. Now it's time for you to tell your story. And I'm like, well, I don't told that story. No, but you, even regardless on what you have told, there's a new vibe that's coming out about that story that you're telling. There's a lot of stuff that you have spoken on that you weren't sturdy in your vibes and your words, your words and your vibes weren't matching up. And that's a lot of the time where the enemy done saw through that. When you are allowing yourself to be solid in that, and you be solid in it and what you're talking about, objective about the things you're talking about, you know, because there's a lot of times you don't know that energy roll deep. Weakness roll through strength in numbers, but God's godly army runs through a whole army. You know, they were like, you in what army? You don't, a lot of times you can't see that army, and that's okay. God likes it when you try his people. We God's people. We the chosen ones. They don't realize. Let them keep on messing with you. They ain't messing with you. They messing with God. They mad at you because of what platform and what journey and path they put you on. Personally, you can't get mad at me. I didn't choose this. Like, hey, let me be on somewhere where there's going to be a lot of hating ass individuals. I didn't ask for that. But there's going to be a lot of people like, I'm glad that he gave that girl that path, or gave that person that path, because it took them a long way. There's a lot of people that been with me since day one, and I appreciate you. You know, especially when I was telling my story about things, you know, I've got a lot of good and like a lot of bad. And I got people that, you know, the vibes like, I don't want to talk about that. I ain't going to share that. That's okay. That's okay. It's going to be seen. But then there's people that know my story and they have not showed judgment against me. They were like, Roslynn, I still appreciate you, sis. You know, I still got love for you, and I love you for that. I even love my enemies want to stab me in back because of my story. That's okay too, because it taught me a lot about myself, you know, and everything that's telling you. There's a lot of things being over. I'm working on. You have to be able to remind yourself that affirmation. Whatever I got is within me. Whatever I'm trying to reach is already in this route. And you have to be able to do that. This is that new year, that new vibe. You got to pick new words. Like, man, got to be able to get into your, allowing yourself to be open towards the challenge. You know, even though it was a lot of like, you know, with me, I was like, ugh, you know, it was one of those days. But then when I allowed myself to get into that vibe, I'm like, you know what, God, thank you. Even through that, you taught me a lot in the last couple of hours, you know, just about myself, about what you were showing me. And it's like, that's the whole point. A lot of times he'll have you keep on redoing it. It's like, I like it, but you need to do it again. You need to do it again. And you get aggravated by that. And you know, he'll get on your nerves. But it's just like, we had to get in that vibe. If he teaching us, he already where he at. He's just trying to get us there. Everything that you destined, that he promising you, he's just trying to get us into that alignment to receive that, because whatever is going to be for you is going to be for you. There's going to be some doors to open that no man can close, and that's the worst thing. Your blessings is not based on other people saying that what you deserve. God going to give you what you deserve, even when the enemy chooses that, you know, it should have been me. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Everybody going to get what they need to get. You know, everybody gonna get what they need to get, and just leave it that way, you know. And it's just like you appreciate everything in your life. It reroutes you to yourself. That's all it is. That overlook reroutes you to yourself. How you see yourself and how you choose to move and how you choose to represent yourself, how you choose to project yourself, whole high representation of yourself. Because there's gonna be a lot of enemies out there that's just gonna be pissed off at you. When you're a Heyoka, you automatically disliked by a lot of entities. It ain't even the people, it's just the energy that they carry. A lot of people that, okay, I don't want to try hard, I just want to manipulate. Or, okay, I don't want to open up towards those wounds because I know it's going to cost too much right now. even when you allowing yourself to go through it, it ain't easy, but you the one, you a GOAT, the greatest of all time, because you're allowing yourself to feel that hurt. You're allowing yourself to feel that confusion. You're allowing yourself to have those doubts about yourself. You're allowing yourself to feel every energy of that. But the key thing is you're allowing yourself to feel that even when it gets uncomfortable. That makes you a strong person, because a lot of people don't have this. What we going through is not for the faint at heart. And that's why you're going through it. You may have to go ahead on those reoccurring cycles, but there's sometimes you have to be able to jump off that Ferris wheel, jump off that hamster wheel. Like, am I allowing myself to go through this, or is this something that God's trying to teach me? Because a lot of times we in a situation because we want to keep talking about it. We want to keep getting mad at the people that made us go through certain things. But then it gets to that point where, you know what? I appreciate that person blocking something. It didn't block me. It just told me right there I wasn't ready for it. You know, when God make you work for something, he going to say it's going to be worth your while. And I want you to keep on adding towards it and add it towards it. I ain't going to give it to you when you shaky. Because that means when I bring it to you, it's going to go right past you. And then you're going to be mad like, where'd it go? You weren't ready for it. Because a lot of times I've been there where I don't sit up here and say all the stuff that people don't block me for. Baby, I want emotionally, mentally, in my vibe of being in that readiness. When you're allowing yourself to say, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever comes to me. I'm ready for whatever God is going to bring for me. And I know everything he's going to bring towards me is going to bring that change where I'm not going to like. And there's going to be certain things I'm going to be jumping for joy for. But then I'm going to appreciate it over it. Whatever felt like it was being overlooked, rerouted me to me. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content better than ever, and I really appreciate all that. And I just, I got to give it to honor to God on everything. That's what you have to be able to do. Even when you're going through the worst of the worst, it's going to lead you towards more than the best than you actually allow yourself to get to. So hopefully I'm be having my chat, my live and vibe, my chat live and vibe. Y'all, my words is just messed up today. In the next 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. So hopefully you'll be able to see me there. And I'll be able to virtually meet you. It'll be so good. But hopefully you'll be able to see me, and I'll see you on that video. I would love to give a post notification shout out to let me see. Val Stover, much love to you as well. Easy Breezy, much love to you, sis. I hope all is well. I forgot to tell y'all, I've been doing my IG reels. I've been trying to get them towards here, but a lot of times, even though you get like 60 seconds on saying whatever it is, it won't allow you to go through. So if you're not able to see the whole thing, please, send me a follow back on my Insta. I always leave it in the description box below, as well as with my link to my podcast as well. So I'm just adding more things, and I really truly love that I'm doing it, challenging myself, and just being able to add that to me, because I haven't did that in a long time, like at least about 2-3 years. I went back at it. You're getting a lot of whole, creative vibes, just, trying to venture you off to other things. Go ahead and make sure you do it, because you don't never know where it's going to lead you to. But like I said, I'm gonna have that at 6:30. I leave all my contact information that come connect with me, because there's a lot of different things people do. I do like an empath one-on-one, tribal one-on-one, just to be able to give you a deeper understanding. Whatever we speak on is confidential. I try to be able to help you out through either my experience or what God gives me to guide you towards a deeper purpose and have a deeper understanding. I share is also on my not my IGs, but as well as other people. Now I'm allowing myself, I forgot to put their names on there. So it's not like I'm trying to get any kind of credit for that. I'm like, hey, go see their videos. These people are crazy, but it's a good kind of crazy, have you laughing, just like Heyokas we do. Get different kind of laugh, but different kind of insight to give you that deeper understanding about yourself when you're feeling discouraged, or, you're full of doubts, or you're just not in a good way, and I love to be able to share different things like that with you as well. So whatever you're working on in your manis, it's going to come so much bigger and better. I placed that on your path. It's going to come so much bigger and better that's coming your way. It's going to come sooner than you absolutely expected it as well. So hopefully you'll be able to see me on my chat. I'll be ready to see you, and hopefully be ready to see me, whoever stops through. and you'll see me later, and even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You just never know. All those things can really take you a long way, and will take them a long way. That's what I meant to say. Be safe, be responsible, stay blessed. Much love. Namaste. Talk to you later. Bye.